Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am back. Okay, this has been a great and fun time. You hear the sarcasm dripping from my voice? Okay, it has not been a fun time. So real quick, we have been moving, as you know. So this is what this current week looks like. Guys, I'm so glad that I was ahead on a lot of the planning, like at least like the layout. It helped tremendously, except for keeping track of a lot of things. Because these ended up being in boxes. Like this week got nothing. Such an adorable kit too. But honestly, I was moving, like I was packing and stuff. So what am I gonna put? Pack. That's boring. Had a lot of stuff here. We really did not start moving until this weekend. And that's why it just went blah. But yeah, so let's see. We did our first load this week. We did our second load the beginning of this week. And we did our final load at the end of that week. It was rough, you guys. It was rough. So we'll get into it. And I'll talk more about like the road trip aspect, because I'll leave a lot of the house stuff for like the household planner, right? So this is one of our newer kits that we just released this last, what was it? Just a couple of weeks ago at this point, called Spring Awakening. So it's my third version of like abstract flower type deals. And I'm gonna pull in my November 2020, is that November 2020? Yes, it is. November 2020 foil from the Rose Colored Days subscription when she had it. This has like, I guess it's supposed to be like a cherry blossom type thing. I figured flowers are flowers and we're gonna just stick with the flowers. And it's been a while since I've done a foiled spread in this planner. So why not come in with a bang, right? So, excuse me, it's been a while since I've done any talking for like on a camera and stuff, and so I'm sure my throat is going to get raspy and dry and all that, you know, all the fun stuff. So, all right, so it took us 3 U-Hauls to get all of our stuff, which first, that's a lot, and second, holy cow. So we had 3 U-Hauls for 3 various things. So the first U-Haul was our biggest U-Haul. We only thought we were going to have, oh, that looks beautiful. Already it looks pretty. So we thought we were going to only need 2 U-Hauls. But come the second U-Haul, we realized we were going to need a third, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. So the first U-Haul was all of our household stuff. The second U-Haul was all of my office stuff. And then the third U-Haul was all of our outdoor stuff. Can I just say, regular purging is something everybody needs. I'm really glad that we moved and stuff, but the bring on the purge. Okay, I think I'm gonna go, I don't know, what do I want to do? These headers are so pretty, and I have the header here and I really want it to pop up off, and I think if it's on the glitter it's not gonna pop up, so I think I'm gonna stick with the pattern headers this time. I know it's been a while since we've done this. So, which means we had lots of road trips, back and forth, which is fine. It's not like that big of a deal. It's not like it was it was more like 9 hours round trip is what it ends up being. You know, and that's including like any stops that need to be made because I have children, which, okay, side note, I have older children, and oh my gosh, the amount of times we had to stop for restroom usage during these trips was like, you guys didn't even need to do this when you were little kids. What's going on here? Like, it was crazy. I was like, I'm about to put y'all back in diapers because that seemed to be the easiest point when we were traveling and you guys didn't need to use the bathroom that often. So stop sucking down your drinks back there and control what you drink like it did when you were a baby, to ensure that we're not stopping. We got things to do. We got places to go. We got to get this stuff done. So, but excuse me, in the road trip aspect, trying to find the end on the headers. Okay, where are you? Okay. So, just like I did when they were toddlers and young children, we had a DVD player in the car, and that helped out a ton because that would just, you know, it would make their aspect. But I don't want to sit and listen and not watch. And honestly, you can only listen to Schoolhouse Rock so many times before you're just kind of done. So I had my AirPods. Oh yeah, you guys, the pattern header with this. Oh yeah, so much better, so much better. Good choice, good choice. So I had my AirPods with me and I was like, you know what? I'll just put one in, I'll drive, and I will listen to some podcasts. I'm not a huge podcast person. I didn't want to listen to any of my audiobooks. So I do book club with TPC Nation, and I have found that I just don't have the time to read. I love just holding a book. Love it. I love holding a book, but I just don't have the time. So I was like, well, I'll go to ebooks. That should be better. I can, you know, sit and read in my bed. I'm forgetting what date is next, the 23rd. I can read when I'm in bed with my daughter, when she's trying to fall asleep, or if my husband's right there and he wants to, you know, watch something that I don't want to watch, I can read. Yeah, that did not work. Did not work. I did finish one book off of my e-reader, and that was because I was on a plane, and that helped significantly, because I didn't have any kids pulling at me. I didn't have a husband asking me questions. Nobody wanted to talk to me. I just read my book and was happy to just be. But here at home, I just don't have that time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give audiobooks a try. And I have listened to a couple of audiobooks. I have kind of figured out what actually works for me and what doesn't in terms of audiobooks and the authors. I have learned that female American accented narrators I do the best with, followed by female British accented authors, and then last but least is the ones that I have a really hard time following and stuff is male British accented narrators. Now, I haven't listened to a book done by a male American accented narrator. I have tried those in the past, and sometimes it was hard for me to follow, but I also wasn't like committed either. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna, you know, I've got other things that I can do. So we'll see how that one goes, because I have one of those books coming up. But I digress. I did not want to listen to any books when I was on the on our road trips, because husband drove the U-Hauls and I drove the van with the kids in it. Okay, what are we going to use as our box formerly known as a quote? Because that's what the quote box, right? That's what everybody used to put in there, quote. And still, I still use it as a quote box. I still have boxes and stuff that have quotes, and like if I have a kit that has a full box with a quote, I'm gonna put it there because that's just where it goes. So which one are we gonna use? Oh, by the way, in our house, we have some flowers that look like this. Not exactly like this, but it's the closest in this kit that I can show you. And we found out that they're turmeric plants, which we were like, well, we'll leave that. We'll figure out how they look pretty, and we'll figure out if we can use them. So I was pretty pleasantly surprised by that. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna use this one. This one looks pretty. So, and then down at the bottom, I think I'm gonna go with a darker one. I still love this. It's beautiful as can be, but I don't want to use like the same background, although I could have because it had a cute little butterfly on it, but whatever, I digress. This is what I'm doing right now. So hubby drove the U-Hauls. I drove the van with the kids in it. And okay, I know this is gonna be a lot of foil going over this, but I kind of really don't care because I really just want, yes, I really just want to try something different. Okay, that's all. And I'm listening to podcasts, and I've listened to these people before. It's the Morbid podcast. I've listened to them in the past, and just kind of like, oh, okay, because you know we've had a couple of. I discovered them when I had to drive from San Antonio down to Harlingen, and stuff. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Okay, so I've done pretty structured like color blocking for a couple of weeks now. I'm having to flip back, you guys. Okay, so it'll have been a month since I've done kind of my unstructured. Okay, and we're gonna go back to that. We're not gonna color block. We're gonna go right back into doing some unstructured aspects. So I discovered them when I was having to drive during our move last year from San Antonio down to Harlingen. Yes, if you're new to my channel, yes, I moved last year and I moved again this year. I'm done moving. Just so we can get that out of the way. I am done moving. So I wasn't like 100% thrilled with the podcast, but I also, wasn't like disappointed in it either. So this go around, I was like, you know what? I need something to listen to. Let's go back to it, and let's see what they have. And I started with some of their most recent ones, and I think that kind of helped too because they're more comfortable in their skin, and everything. And so, okay, you know what I need to do? I need to make sure that this is prepped over onto my side so that it's easier, so I'm not always trying to find the end. Fortune favors those who are prepared, right? Okay, so so kids in the back, I'm out or up front driving, and I just have one AirPod in so that, if the kids, oh geez, I hate when that happens. I hate when they tear, but it's okay. Man, they just don't want to. Wow, that's another one that tore. Not exactly happy right now. So let's see. And I don't have my scissors anywhere near me. So that doesn't make any of this easy. The only downside to some of this is that if it's not if it's not perforated really well, it's not going to tear very well. Okay, so I had only one AirPod in, so if the kids needed me, or if there was like an ambulance or whatever, right? I do want to use these. So, and I would listen, and I'm gonna tell you, it made the road trip so much better. Because like I said, my kids are older, so I did not have to worry about them too much. I say too much, but you know, I mean, I still had to worry about them, but I didn't have to worry about them too much because they, you know, had their cooler back there, they had their snacks, they had everything going. So the road trips were fairly uneventful, which I'm actually really thankful for, because if they had been eventful in any way, I probably would have cried after all of this. But I just, every single road trip, get my AirPods started and listen to Morbid podcast, and then that has translated over to like when I have to sit here and cut, because I've gotten back to work and I'm cutting away to get everything, to get all these orders out, which by the way, if you place an order, thank you so much. I tremendously appreciate you, and if you're going to convention, I'm going to hug you. So I've been putting my AirPods in to listen to the ones that I didn't get to finish on my road trip. So, you know, we're just being a bit morbid over here. That's all. But I think they do a really good job at presenting the cases and everything. So I guess I'll continue to listen. Okay, so after sitting with it for a minute, I don't like how much this covers on there. So I don't think I'm going to use that one anymore. I kind of really honestly just want the lighter ones. And I think that's what I'm going to just go for, is these lighter ones. Like pretty much everybody's going to have the same one if I can get it to tear. Because Lord knows I am struggling with this. So, other than that, I mean, road trips were fairly easy and great, and I now pretty much have the God, what would it be called? The route. Pretty much have the route memorized now, that I don't really need the GPS. I know where I need to go and what I need to do, and we just get her done. We just keep moving forward, because that's all you can do. So I'm really glad moving's over though, guys. I'm glad that yesterday, I mean, obviously when you see this, it's not going to have been yesterday, but for my sake, yesterday, when we went and did our final walkthrough, and I was just like, yes, we're done. That was like the last thing we needed to do. We had a couple of things we had to pick up, which wasn't a big deal. We were, you know, easy to get those picked up and stuff, and then just be done. I can tell you that I'm so glad that I can just now really settle in. I won't tell you what left I have to unpack. It's nothing to do with the office. That actually became the first priority as soon as we got everything done. It was like, get the office set up. And it took us actually a little bit longer than we anticipated. And that was just partially because we have so much more space, and we had to keep moving things around. So yeah. Oh, I should have put that down there so I could put that there. I know I put it in here. I know I put it in here. Okay, where are you? Oh, so remember that tool I have, that sticker lifter? I know it was in here. There it is. Put it up here. Okay. The sticker lifter is back. So I love this tool, and you just find a little area, and then obviously the stickers pull up just amazingly off of here. All right, so we'll put that back down there, and hot box. I really want like all of these floral patterns in here. So you're probably like, why are you going against what you normally do? You don't normally use the pattern half boxes. You would be correct, except I really want all these beautiful floral patterns in here. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So the other aspect, surprisingly, is that I never lost, like I never had any like pauses in my podcast due to like signal fading out or anything like that. So I was actually pretty impressed about that one. And actually really happy because I had, you know, I'm driving, so I shouldn't have to be fumbling around with my phone, right? So, and I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised about that. And like I said, the kids did amazingly well. That foil is not what I'm supposed to be using. Where is my foil? Okay. But all in all, you guys, the road trip is pretty darn boring. There wasn't a lot to see. Lots of train tracks, lots of, although we did go through some cute towns. One of the towns that we have to go through has been around since like 1795 or something like that. Obviously that's way before Texas was even a state, because Texas was at one point part of Mexico. So that was cool, and so you can see that it's still like reflected in a lot of the community architecture and everything, and they have a lot of historical markers in that town, so that's kind of cool, and stuff. So all right, I kind of have to work like bottom then top and all that fun stuff. So I mean, other than that, you know, I'm just not happy that I had to use 3 U-Hauls to get the job done. And so purging is most definitely going to be happening. Granted, and I will say, it should be no surprise to me that it took that many, because it took a truck longer than what we had for our first one, plus a U-Haul to do everything. Last year. So I mean, it really shouldn't have surprised me, but it is just one of those notions of going, we really do need to purge. We probably don't need all of this stuff, and we need to be a little bit more conscientious about the amount of stuff we have. So I mean, it's always the best part about moving. If you ever want to clear out your stuff, just move. That's all. Just move. So, but yeah, we do have a lot more still to figure out in terms of where things are going to be and stuff like that. Okay, this looks pretty darn good. All right, Thursday, which box? I love this box. It's so pretty. I mean, I love all the boxes, of course, because if I didn't love all the boxes, why would I put them in a kit? But I love these. I love this box especially. So, okay, the perforation is getting better. But it seems like when I get to this one, it just doesn't want, it's almost like that little tick there is just not wanting to cooperate at the end. I'm glad it's at the end and not in the middle. Like I said, I don't have my scissors with me. I probably should have some scissors with me. It would probably make everything in my life just a little bit easier. Okay, so other than that, I'm trying to see which one I have to go to. Road trips. So these were our road trips so far. Our next road trip is going to be without kids. Yay! I'm so excited. We are driving to convention. And I'm super excited about that. We're driving to convention because we are also vending at convention. So, you know, I mean, it's just, at the end of the day, it's just going to be cheaper to drive than it is to fly. And so I'm really excited about that. I love doing road trips with my husband. He's like the best driver in the world. Though he scares me. So I know he's going to be listening to this and he's been like, see, even you say that I'm the, a great driver. Yeah, but you still scare me. So it is what it is. But he'll do all the driving. That just has always been since we were married. He just was like, I prefer to drive. I would like to drive. Let me drive. And I'm like, cool beans, have at it. Because I don't like to do these long road trips. So I like to chill in the back and, relax and read my eyelids. Because I don't read on a road trip. And he's like, that's cool. You can do that. I was like, thanks. And that's what we do. And that's been for all of our 16 years of marriage. He drives. I sit in the passenger seat for a long time. For the longest time with the kids, I would sit in the back with them and, entertain them, watch them. If I was needing to, when they were babies or whatnot, I'd sit in the back and I'd pump and, all those fun things. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Just trying to not be like too redundant in anything. Trying to keep it structured but unstructured and kind of random, but obviously there's a theme. Yeah, that's how that one works. So that's what we do. So I'm excited. We're driving to convention and everything, and vending at convention. So I have actually never been up this way before. So I've never done like I've never been up into Kentucky and Ohio and stuff like that. And we actually have family that lives in Kentucky. So we might make a bit of a pit stop to go visit with them for a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see how that one works out and if it's even feasible and doable. But I'm excited to actually just have a road trip with my husband and myself, because when you got kiddos, it takes a while to get things done. And it'll make potty breaks so much easier. I mean, the little things we look for, right? The little things. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna do this. We have no, we've already done a sticky note. Haha. I was about to put another sticky note, and then I'm like, wait a second, I should have one sticky note left. All right, let's go full box and then half box. I think that'll work out nice. So now which one do we use? We're gonna use this one. So, are you guys fans of road trips, or are you like, no, let me fly and get there as quick as I can because I don't want to deal with people? Now I will say that sometimes flying definitely has its perks. So I will be flying up to Salem. So if you're going to the Salem Salem meetup, I will be there. I'm flying up for that one, which will be interesting because I've never been up in the northeast section of the United States. So Florida, I've had a layover in Georgia, and now I've been to North Carolina, but now I'm about to visit Maine, and I'm about to visit Salem, and I could not be more thrilled. I'm actually really, really, really excited. Okay, so they're down. I kind of need that guy to be there, and we'll do one up there. Okay, so what do I want to do? What have I not done yet? Okay, so I kind of want to make this, figure this one out a little bit. I know, structured, unstructured stuff going on. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of everything. That I will say that's probably been the hardest thing about any move that we've had to do, is getting back into the swing of things. Because, you know, moves, unless they're like super local, they take time, clearly. 9.5 hours round trip, that's some time. Let's see, let's do full box next. Yeah, let's do full box next. Okay. So, but yeah. So sometimes I just like to get there and get the job done and be like, yep, I'm here, let's get going. But there's a lot of times that I'm also very much like, let's enjoy the ride. And because we're military and we've moved so often and have had to travel, you know, to do duty stations, it's not that big of a deal for me to do road trips either. So we used to do road trips all the time from Utah to California, to go visit family in California, but then to also do like Disney and stuff. So that is something that doesn't bother me either. Okay, do I want to look in my stash for a 7th sticky note? If this was live, I'd be like, give me your answers now type thing. I've been enjoying the 7 sticky notes. I'm not gonna lie. I really have been enjoying being able to. And I really love that the functional sub 9 times out of 10 has a color that's gonna match exactly what I need. So, okay, we're gonna go. So we're gonna play this by ear for a minute. We're gonna get this guy up here. Our last checkbox. Yeah, now that we're like at the end and everything, this is like really where I start really talking about the planning aspect of things, because we gotta figure it out, because now we're running low on some stickers that we've been using. We gotta make sure that we can get it right. Am I right? Yeah. So, but I'm really glad that we are back into the swing of things. Like I said, the office took a little bit longer to get set up than I wanted it to, but needless to say, we're golden. We're golden in that aspect. So, okay. And let's go ahead. Where's my full boxes? We're gonna go ahead and put, I need to get another trash can for here. Do I have one? Yeah, I have one, but it's full. It's the cutting trash can. You'd be amazed at how quickly like paper adds up for like when you're cutting and stuff. I really hope that I used my headers efficiently and correctly. Otherwise, you know, but at the end of the day, who's really gonna care? Okay. All right, we have that. Yes, I want the sticky note. Okay, where do we start? Let's start all the way in the back. So let's see what we've got. I'm gonna move this kind of off to the side so I can match. So I don't have everything from 2019. I have a lot from 2020, and I went through and I put these in chronological order of when they were released, which was super exciting. And then I did these. I bought these tab dividers like this from the Penny Pages, and which I love them. And then obviously I made my own side stickers to mark what it is so that I could see. And yes, I finally went through and did all of that. So I should have, ooh. Okay, here we go. September 2021. Are you gonna be my winner? Are you gonna be my winner? I think you might. You match pretty darn well. Okay, so September 2021, I always keep looking because you never know. So this was 2021 and now we're into 2022, and I don't think we have anything from 2022 that is going to match. Ooh, maybe. March, are you my winner? Oh, you guys. Oh, that's pretty darn close to that one. It's a couple shades different. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna go with March. And reason number 562,000 why you need to have a functional sub. I'm telling you. If you don't have one, go get one. It's in my shop until the 24th, and then we put the new palette out. So trust me, it will save you in many ways, including when you use my own kits. So see, it's all supposed to be there. Okay, here we go. I love that. That matches so well. Okay, we are now into the sidebar, which we all know is like mama's kryptonite here. Because I don't do the sidebars very well. They're not my jam, and stuff. And I really need to get better at them. I really do. So, okay. Shenanigans or being an adult? Oh, always shenanigans. I love shenanigans just too much. So, okay. House of Chaos. Clearly the dogs are sensing something. What they're sensing, I don't know. I don't have any packages scheduled to be delivered, so they shouldn't be barking at anything for packages because we haven't made any grand supply orders. So I'll tell you more about my city and like what we have to do in some subsequent videos, because I'm actually really excited about where we ended up. So let's see. Surprisingly, you guys, I'm not really going to be able to use the channel surfing sticker in this planner anymore because I don't have a TV in here and I don't have my computer nearby where I'm cutting anymore. Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, so just trying to think what I could use. Okay, so I'm gonna move that off to the side because I don't need that anymore. And we have so many functionals left over. I need to get that out of the way. Okay, trying to figure out what to do. Let's see. We will put the being an adult sticker down because sometimes, you know, you just have to be an adult. Okay, and then that leaves me with this space right here. And I don't know what to put. I think I'm just going to use, one of these, and maybe what I'll put in there is like either what book I'm listening to or what podcast I'm listening to when I work. So I think we are golden. I don't think I missed any foil because we all know that that's a thing. So let's see. I don't see missing any foil. Yes, I did good. All right, well, there we go. I don't need to zoom out because I never zoomed in. So super pretty, and that's going to be for this upcoming week. And then we're going to get into getting ahead again because I really liked how I did that. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, but make sure you're subscribed. Give a comment down below. Everything is always linked down in the description box below. And yeah, until next time, you guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.